Sports has such a, it's a great sense of community, and, you get to root for these teams.
Hello and welcome. Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady became the first player in NFL history to win 7 Super Bowl championships. As the NFL's all-time leader in QB wins, touchdown passes, championships won, and Super Bowl MVPs, Brady has long since erased any doubt that he is the greatest of all-time quarterback. He has 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 championships, and 5 Super Bowl MVPs. He's also the oldest player to ever play in a Super Bowl. Tom Brady's success has little to do with destiny and more about hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Many desire to be successful, yet success seems to visit just a few and closes the door to many. Perhaps only a few people are willing to make their environment conducive enough to welcome in success.
People love football, and I've been able to kind of be in people's homes in that way for a long time, and really enjoyed my career.
Success doesn't care how much you wish for it. If it did, everyone would be successful. If you're afraid to fail, then you're not ready to succeed. Failure is not an obstacle, but a stepping stone to success. The more you fail, the higher your chance of reaching success if you do not give up. Failure is a teacher. It teaches you what didn't work out, and if you allow it, it will motivate you to find another way that will work. Unsuccessful people allow failure to cripple them. They give up in the face of failure and remain stagnant. If you want to succeed, you need to look beyond destiny and give up that fear of failure. Don't leave your success up to destiny. If you want to be successful, you need to have a plan for yourself. If you don't plan to succeed, you automatically plan to fail. Every day you wake up, you need to know exactly why you're getting up. You need to have a purpose and plan for your life. Successful people plan their life. They have a budget, they have dreams and aspirations. In order for you to succeed in life, you need to have a good plan and a sense of direction. And don't just rely on destiny.
In some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. Yes, in the fact that
I didn't have an easy experience. I didn't have come in as a top-rated recruit. I didn't come in with the opportunity to play right away. I had to earn it. And you know what the greatest honor I've ever received as a player is? In my 4th year and my 5th year, I was named team captain. That, to this day, is the single greatest achievement I've ever had as a football player. Because the men in this room chose me to lead their team. And these were my best friends. These were the guys that knew that I liked to work, that knew that I loved football, that knew that I loved to play, that knew that I wanted to be the quarterback for Michigan. And all the lessons that I learned here on State Street and in the big house, that's still what I bring to practice today. And after 14 years, I love the game more than I've ever loved it. But where did I learn the love for the game? Where did I learn to practice? Where did I learn to compete? It was sitting in the same chairs that you guys are sitting in today.
When I'm playing football, I appreciate it. I'm nowhere else. I'm in the present. Best part about my life is that to be in the present, you talk about how do you enjoy your life? How do you find balance, right? It's to live in the present. To live like a kid. Like, why do kids have so much fun? Because they just care about what they're doing. And if we thought about what we were doing all the time, you do that when you're on the football field. It's probably the only place that I can really do that, when I really, truly am my authentic self.
you gotta believe that you can do it. And I think, the team has a lot of poise. There's no panic, obviously, in our coach. There's no panic in our organization. There's no panic in the players. It's just like, guys, it didn't go well. Let's learn from it. Sometimes when you lose, that's where you learn the most. And if you let it discourage you to the point where that 1 loss becomes 2, the 2 becomes 3, well, then you have a tough season, because it's hard to rebound from 2 or 3 or 4 losses in a row. You gotta figure out a way to, fix the problem and then get back on track. And then if you can string off a bunch of wins, which we did at one point this year, get you in a decent position. Yeah, I think, after to beat Kansas City, that's just it's an incredible game. You go and you play the #1 seed on the road. There's nothing but just joy when you win. And life should be about that in a lot of ways. And I think I was talking to my wife earlier this week, we always have a choice of what we want to focus on. We could always focus on the thing that maybe didn't work or didn't go our way or this or that, or you can focus on, what's positive in your life or all the great things and be optimistic. And I think I choose, more often than not, the joy. I choose the enjoyment. I choose the positives, and it brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah, I was been so fortunate to do something I love to do, and it's televised every Sunday for half the year. So people love football, and I've been able to kind of be in people's homes in that way for a long time and really enjoyed my career. It just evoked a lot of joy. It took you from, as a kid, I mean, everything's joyful. There's, for the most part, as an adult, I could see how people work so hard over the course of the week and they just can't wait to get to the weekend to relax and to sit in front of a, TV with friends and have this social event and, by the way, have a game on. I love the experience, and I think that it's, life is about stretching, being outside your comfort zone. I think it was just good timing, and I felt like it would be nice to share with the fans more of what my life was all about. Was so focused, for me, it's always been, you see me through the lens of what, you want to see a professional athlete as. But professional athletes are a lot of other things too. They're dads and their husbands, and they're, you're dealing with life as you go through your career like everyone else, because it's only broadcast on a particular, day, and there's obviously a lot of coverage with, the media over the course of the week, but, to say, okay, well, this is actually how it really is, was fun for me. And I also think documenting a part of your life, I can look back on that with my kids. And
I was pretty disappointed. It was a tough loss, but I've been a part of those winning teams, and I think when you lose, you just got to understand that comes with it. It's, it really is. It's a competitive sport. No one knows the outcome, and, it ended up being a great game. Yeah, on our team, there wasn't too much of that, but I thought it brought up a lot of healthy discussion in the locker room. And, I think the great thing about sports is it brings a lot of guys together, a lot of guys from all over the country, from all different backgrounds and cultures, and I have such a healthy respect for the guys that I play with. It's great to hear their stories too. I think the good outweighs the bad. There's a lot of discipline that comes with playing contact sports, a lot of focus. You got to be so prepared when you're out there, and you got to, every time you take the field, you respect your opponents. You know that, there's a lot on the line, and, sports do a great job of keeping you focused in that way, and it's really kept me focused. But I think it's also led me to being much more disciplined in my life because I love playing the sport and I want to continue to play. Defensive players, like if you were a safety, you really don't have too much responsibility other than going after the football. So that would be, if I could play one position, other than quarterback, could be safe. So once your body adapts, you don't need to go as often. I think that's a big kind of misnomer. The key in my belief is pliability. I was a young quarterback. I couldn't throw the ball because my elbow was so sore. And the problem was the muscles in my forearm and the muscles, above my forearm here in my bicep and triceps were so tight, I was putting so much pressure on all those tendons in my elbow. Players that always have elbow pain, I always think, God, if they would just work on some of these things, it would be a lot better.